It's your girl Quay, hosted on the corner, Keri's Korner. Okay, live from the Mecca, MC, microphone checker. My mic sound nice, we gon' set it off like from NY to the world salute. Daddy's girl got him claiming for the pearl, examine, show the world hater, we syndicated. Look, ma, I made it, celebrated, dipped off, perforated. I'm located up the street from the hustler, across from the customer, far from the sucker. Monday is Sunday, 8 and 10, that be PM, we live, so tune in. Hands down, best host, coast to coast. You're rocking with the best to stay fresh and do the most. A toast to a successful black man. God bless Keri, keep doing what you can. Supporting the youth, helping the hood. Continue to do what you do, it's all good. In the block behind you, I co-sign that. We all riders, right beside you. Baby, we back, all facts, true slogan. And even though we play, baby, we ain't joking. A lot of hearts broken, haters is upset. But this is how we eat, so tell them cut the check. Exclusive interviews, celebrities slide through. And we got the playlist just for you. Rockin' hit after hit, throwbacks on the norm. Without further ado, carry it on. Yeah, your girl on.
What up, y'all? This is your boy, Keri D. Singleton. This is the Keri's Korner Radio Show, live and direct from New York City. 60-some odd degrees in the NYC today. A little on the chilly side this fall, so I guess that's what we're supposed to be expecting. But you know your boy don't like the cold. What up, y'all? What up, Philadelphia? Hello, Los Angeles. Shout out to Miami. And salute everybody on the other side of the pond listening to us, the Keri's Korner Radio Show in London, England, in the UK. And if you're listening via iHeartRadio, thank you very much for downloading the podcast. It's the Keri's Korner Radio live show, live. See, this is what happens when you try to be slick and be a real on-air personality, right? I have to be like, you have to keep it Keri. It's so very. Anyway, we got a lot of things going on. Today is a special day here at the Keri's Korner Radio Show. We're going to have a co-host, sort of. Mr. Dave, a.k.a. 3D, is going to be on the corner today, all the way from Washington, D.C. Me and that brother go way back. So we're going to talk his music, hip-hop music, and hip-hop 2018. You know that's one of my favorite topics. So we're going to have a lot to talk about today here on the Keri's Korner Radio Show. And first, let's get into these updates. First and foremost, if you're going to be in the New York City area this Sunday, the 21st of October, make sure you hang out with me and everybody else at the FLO Empire Network. Mr. David Glover himself is going to be hosting and DJing and MCing, which is the same as hosting, and doing everything else. He's a one-man band kind of guy. It's all happening at the Delancey, which is on Delancey Street in the Lower East Side of Manhattan. 21 plus to get in. How much is it to get in, brother? How much is the damage? 10 bizzles to get into the event. Watch the hottest talent, not just in New York City, because we get people coming in from all the way from Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Pennsylvania. We got some guests even from the South. South Carolina came in a couple of weeks back to the A-list. Great show, great talent. It's going to be packed this week. So definitely 21 plus, $10 if you want to come check out the talent. For more information, where do they go, David, if they want to get a slot or something? Is there a number or an email or something they can call? Nothing. Just okay. Just come. All right. So that's this October 21st, which is Sunday. What time is the doors opening? 8 o'clock on the dot. All right. Come check that out. Lower East Side of Manhattan, the Delancey. Cool spot. All right. This Wednesday, I hung out at Brooklyn Studios. Didn't even know the place existed. It's, for those of you all that are familiar with Brooklyn, the old Albee Square Mall is actually a mall now. Wow. Who knew? Anyway, I didn't. Hung out at Brooklyn Studios, which is in the new Albee Square Mall, with publicist Valerie Stevens, Timothy Pirtle, and, of course, his artist, Lex Lotus. You remember Lex Lotus, the toe lady. Last week's very charismatic guest with the boobs and the toes. We were at the premiere party for BT's new reality show, Hustle in Brooklyn. Appropriately, the premiere party was in Brooklyn. Great food, great drinks, great. Had a great time, actually. Shout out to Shamika Harmit, at Strategic Heights PR firm here in New York City for the invite. Appreciate it. The new issue of Intrigue Magazine is out, you guys. Please go pick it up. Go to intriguemagazine.com. Check it out. Great articles. I'm not just saying that because I'm the senior vice president, but there are some really, really super great articles on Fall Fashion Week and lots of other things. But if you're into fashion, we definitely covered the Fall Fashion Week here in NYC 2018, which was in September last month. In depth, all kinds of articles on clothing and stuff like that. So, by the way, sidebar, shout out to Les Francis, the gentleman who designed my double-breasted suit, custom made. It fit me just right because he made it just for me. For the Cedar Awards that was last month, 2018 Cedar Awards. Fashion is definitely a New York thing, and so definitely check out Intrigue Magazine. Hard copies and digital copies are available. Go to intriguemagazine.com and get your September, October issue today. All right? Can you do that for your boy? What else? Artist Spotlight. I can't tell you, but this week's Artist Spotlight is something special, something a little different we're doing, especially for Dave, a.k.a. 3D, since he's from D.C. We got something special from DJ Just in Time. And I guess that's basically it. I think, yeah. Get into our birthday shout-outs. And there's a lot of them. So I'm going to get into them joints right now.
Oh,
what up, D? Welcome to New York City, sir. Did you spray yourself down? Yeah, I saw you in the truck on the way here. You smelled like a weed factory. You Jamaican? They can't hear you, so just have a seat. We'll be right with you. What's up, brother? How are you? You must be the brother who wants this job, right? You sure? You sit next to the weed man. You might not want it. And welcome. What's your name again, sweetie? Michelle. Welcome to New York City, Michelle. Yes, David's already videotaping, so I should say nice things because God only knows who's watching, right? Anyway, let's get into these birthday shout-outs. One of my favorite people here in NYC, I always see her at all the events. She's such a pretty person. I think she's married, so I shouldn't go on too much. But she's always giving me hugs. She was in the video for Norm Adams and Julia Robertson's first single, Body Rush. Miss Anne-Marie Murray Anderson. Happy birthday, sweetie. One of my favorite people in the whole world, Alexandra Sherry, up in Boston, Massachusetts. I haven't even seen your son yet. He's probably walking and talking and swearing by now and saying Celtics and Red Sox. And by the way, we're not talking about that. So, yeah. Happy birthday, Alexandra. Chrissy King Bryan. I think today was supposed to be a glasses day, you guys. I had a bit too much candy.
Oh, for you.
The diabetes is popping, but I'm going to muddle through this anyway. Busy B, happy birthday to you, brother. Happy birthday to Chrissy King Bryant. Brandon Beatty, Alicia Cutting, happy birthday to my girl, Selena Gums. Selena was the co-star of the Bleezers video. You guys, you know, the video that I did when I was a kid in 92. Well, her ass was anyway. You didn't see her face, you saw her ass. And her ass was definitely the co-star of that damn video. Like, her ass was the... Happy birthday, Selena, to you and your ass. Jackie White, happy birthday to you. Hubert Lee Guy Jr. Has a birthday coming up this week. He's got a birthday party I'm supposed to be checking out. I hope I don't have to wear a suit. I'm just tired of that. Trevor Bonner, happy birthday to you, brother. Jerome Legacy, happy birthday to Natalgia Liberaki. This is really a bad day for me to not be wearing my glasses. Book Chick Monica, happy birthday to you, sweetie. Kiana Mouchette. Happy birthday, Kiana. O's. Lil Buck Brown, happy birthday to Theonide Jean Baptiste. You all are killing me today with the names, but you know the rules. If I screw your name up, let me know about it on social media, and I'll fix it by saying it the right way the following week. Martin, happy birthday to Conrad Barry Graham. Prince Trey, happy birthday to Zay Lover. Maurice Singleton, happy birthday to B Cutie. These are not people's real names, I'm sure. But you know, on Facebook, everybody's got a surname, like in prison. Nobody has a real name in prison, I've heard. Marissa Greer, happy birthday to you. Jarrell Copney, what's going on, sir? Happy birthday to Michael Unique Patrick, a.k.a. DJ Unique. Every single time I come to one of his events, when the minute I walk through the door, he plays an entire Janet Jackson set. So salute to my brother from another mother, DJ Unique. By the way, Janet Jackson's up for a nomination for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame again. 3rd year in a row. I mean, damn, give it to the girl. Come on, like, Jesus, you're giving awards to Cardi B. You can give a real artist an award, right? Dave? Yes, just agree. Shake your head. Jeff Smith, Jeffrey Frost, happy birthday to Kashawn Ray Fields. Up in Boston, Massachusetts, Randy Seymour, he was in the group Smooth Out. He's going to kill me for mentioning that. But one of my first group that I managed when I was younger. Speaking of groups that I loved when I was younger, Oaktown's 357, Tabitha Brooks has a birthday this week. Nikki Ashley, what's going on, sister? Love Tucker, happy birthday to Alicia Lee, K. Pierre Smith, Ronald Bullock out in Staten Island, New York. Cynthia Michaels, happy birthday to Nathan Kalamdani. I mess her name up every year. Ramon Harvey II, happy birthday to Jonathan Matos. My cousin up in Boston, Melvin Vieira Jr., Warren Wellman. Happy birthday to Calvin Brodus. Do you know who Calvin Brodus is? Dave? Who's Calvin Brodus? Calvin, you know him. You know he has a birthday this week. You know who he is? Snoop Dogg. Happy birthday to Snoop Dogg. He has a birthday this week. Givia Joseph, happy birthday to Lewis Hawkins. Ano O'Kara. Tara L. Little, happy birthday to Travis Dimitri. Now my screen is split, so I have to think of clever things to say to keep the audience interested in what I'm saying and doing while I'm waiting for the screen to pop up with the new birthdays for the week, since I have to do this via computer now. And I did it because y'all didn't even realize that I was doing it. Chris Joshua October, happy birthday to Nicole Smith. Rodney Ward, Clark Omar, big shout out to Terry Renee. Shout out to Star Amber, happy birthday to Denise Thomas. Radio host Laura Mazurek. Nadine Mansour, happy birthday to, I don't know his real name, but his Facebook name is Never Broke Beezy. Which would imply that he always has money, right? Never broke. From Chester, Pennsylvania. Go figure. Happy birthday, Beezy. Michelle Payne, happy birthday to James Edstrom. And last but certainly not least, one of the most powerful sisters in the music business. She headed Giant Records back when Jade and Color Me Bad were doing their things. Miss Cassandra Mills. Happy birthday to Cassandra, right? Let's get into these New Jack joints a little on the early side so I could drink my Poland Springs water. You ready, Davey? Davey. I'm sorry. You probably have no idea what that is, but the Davey and Goliath, it was an old school Christian. Just forget it. This David's Keri's Corner, your new home for throwbacks and New Jacks.
Keri is so very...
Getting paid since the 5th grade, selling 50-cent candies and dollar lemonades. Man, even back in the days, at an early age, man, my parents told me never, ever, ever be a slave. So I learned it ain't what you make. My nigga, it's about what you say. And my nigga call me 3D, but you could call me Dave. Either way, I'm saying rule number one, get paid. Yes, ma'am, you looking at a blessed man. And this life we've been given is a blessing. I'm married to the game and made the money my best man. If you looking for me, you find me at the West End, chilling with a bad and probably your best friend. Me and my nigga, the only thing we talk investments. Like Aura Rising, he the one investing. But my nigga, I only got one question. All I wanna know is keep your eyes on your paper. Keep your eyes on your paper.
Keri is so very... Yo, standing next to Pac, I feel like B.I.G. I used to walk up to the club, they need the CID. Now I walk up to the club, oh, he VIP. Walk to the bar, another round of drinks on me. Oh man, that was a little facetious. But the music that I make bumps straight to your speakers. Man, I wrote the song and made the beat, I am my own feature. Man, I'm murdering every stripe like I work for Adidas. Damn, like shell toes, we go way back like wave caps. And empty shoeboxes where we used to save that. And overseas accounts is where we now save that. I treat my haters like creditors as payback. I won't stop till I get my made back. Matter of fact, y'all addicted like some weight crew. I ain't Diddy, my but take that. I ain't Diddy, my but take that. As long as you pay your fee, hey, we shall proceed to smoke this weed. I mean, and all the ladies in the place to be, hey, we gon' give you what you need, hey.
Keri is so very. Keri is so very. Keri is so very.
I wash your clothes, rub your back, run your bath water. I raise your kids, love you down, do things for you. You decide to act like a fool, run around and leave me like you do. Every day I stood by your side. I pray to God that things would be alright. Say you love me, don't say you love me. Just show me you don't really love me. Wash the dishes, I pay the bills and grant you all your wishes. I don't mean to upset your mind, 'cause you say I'm nagging all the time. But it seems you take me for granted. Let you know, baby, I can stand it. Say you love me, don't say you love me. Just show me you don't really love me.
Keri is so very.
Time I thought it was over in my life. You held my hand and talked to me until my tears were running down my face. Baby, don't you see? told you, baby. I'll give the world to you if you want me to. I see love when I look around.
Keri is so very.
Every little heartbeat, every little sound, it's different expressions. What's your love language? When my body starts talking, do you know what it's saying? I've been in love a couple of times and I made my mistakes. I don't wanna waste my time and this ain't going nowhere. So keep my guard up. I ain't tryna get caught up. If it ain't real, then I don't want it. No, 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 I don't want it. All I want is some quality time. Let me know that I'm on your mind. Now you're talking my language. Yeah, 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 my love language.
And we're back on the Keri's Corner Radio Show. You just heard our New Jack segment. We kicked everything off with DAV3D, who's here in the studio with me. Say what up, fella. Nope, his mic's not on.
What's up?
There we go. There we go.
Hey.
Yeah, DAV3D with All I Want to Know. That was last week's Keep It a Kickin' song. He, of course, won, which is why we're playing again this week. After that, you heard from Alpha Anderson with her new single, Perfectly Chic. After that, we heard from a girl, Melissa Morgan, with Love Demands from her Love Demands CD. We then heard from a girl, Jackie McGee, who was also featured in this month's Intrigue magazine issue. Check that article out if you can on IntrigueMagazine.com. Her single, If This World Were Mine. And we ended everything off with one of my favorite Keri's Corner New Jack joints by Joy Marshall, formerly of Jade Love Language. You better recognize what her love language is, brother. I'm bugging. What up, David? How are you, brother?
Man, I'm doing great. First of all,
Good.
can I just say,
Just don't say the N-word.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Congratulations, man, to you.
Thank
okay?
you. Thank you.
Can I call you Keri, or should we go by Mr. Singleton? Because everybody needs to understand who this man
Mr.
is.
Singleton is my grandfather, rest
Okay.
his soul,
Okay.
not me.
Okay.
I am Keri.
Okay,
Yes.
just making sure we
Yeah.
could do that here.
Yeah.
Okay. So first things first.
Although I think that we
To all the
need-
listeners, it's your homie, the one and only DAV3D, Dave3D, man, checking in with the Keri's Corner show, man. I'm
Keri's
so
Corner Radio
excited,
Show.
man.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you so
yes,
much
yes.
for having me on the show.
Welcome.
Congratulations to you. You know,
Thank you.
you just recently been winning some major awards.
Thank you, brother.
Not
Thank
on
you.
top of that, man, just who you are as a person, man,
Thank
and what
you.
you've built as a foundation, author, writer, publisher, entrepreneur, playwright.
Thank you.
No,
not a playwright.
radio host.
Yeah, got to give that credit to
know,
to Pearline Anderson.
radio
She put that,
personality. That's huge.
Thank you,
man.
thank you,
That's
thank you.
huge.
Pearline
And
Alexander.
a
Thank
documentary that you put
Yeah,
together
lift
with
itself. Thank you.
Wonders Game.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just salute you, and I want you
you,
to know
brother.
that I appreciate you, and thank you for allowing me to come up from the DMV, from DC, and represent my city
Thank
in New
you.
York, and I
And
appreciate
everywhere.
that.
Thank you. But
You
you
know.
can't say all those things because you see that door over there? It's only yay big, and I cannot get my head through that damn door with all of the stuff that you just said, brother.
Man,
you
it's all
done
good.
called me everything but a doctor.
It's all good.
Yeah. All right. Closer to the mic, David. So David and I go way back. DAV3D, right?
We go way back,
Yeah,
like
we
wave
go way back.
caps.
Okay. And I have a story that I intentionally did not tell you that I was going to mention.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, what's your name again, sweetheart? Michelle. So here's a story Michelle probably doesn't know about. So way back in the day, look at you.
Or a lot of people.
Yeah,
Actually,
well,
we're
yeah.
gonna just say a lot of people. We're gonna say everybody. We're gonna say everybody don't know this story.
Well, you don't even know. You don't
It's
even
a
know
brand
about-
new story.
No, it's a very old story. But this is what happened. So see, Dave. When I met him back in the day, he was managed by another gentleman, and I was doing publicity work for you, right? We took you to your first radio interview in Boston.
I remember this.
Yeah, way up in Boston at Touch 105. Was it Touch 106 something. I forgot. Touch FM, damn it, whatever. I'm sorry. Shout out to everybody at Touch FM. They don't exist anymore, so it doesn't really matter.
Wow.
But you went up to Touch FM, and you had an interview with Jonathan Gates, a.k.a. JG. He was one of the funniest interviewers on the radio station.
Yeah, I remember that. He was super funny.
But
man.
I bet you don't remember this part. So, so on the ride up to Boston with myself, you and your manager at the time, we were talking music, right? Right. And closer to the mic.
Right.
And I was talking about how much I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah. Well, I like to bring back old stuff, so here it goes. Yes. So I was talking about how much I love Earth, Wind, and Fire. I love them. So when you got to Touch FM, Jonathan Gates asked you a question. He asked you a lot of questions, but there was one in particular that he asked you. Now, how long ago was this?
Man, we're talking 10 years.
10 years ago. Okay, so you were 10 years ago. You was a kid, so we're not going to hold this against you today, but it was hilarious, and I had to bring this story up for the benefit of the listeners.
Wow.
So Jonathan Gates asked you a question, and I was sitting across from you, and your manager, I believe, was in the lobby, right? He said, so, young man, who are your favorite old school artists? Do you remember that question, David?
I do, actually.
Okay. David's answer was, yeah, I'm going there. David's answer was, Earth, Wind, and Fire, which probably had everything to do with the fact that I was bigging up Earth, Wind, and Fire the whole ride up to Boston, right? Yeah. So I looked at you like, sort of like surprised, because I'm thinking, damn, you didn't tell me that, and we've been on the road for 4.5 hours. And Jonathan Gates caught wind of my look of surprise, did he not?
True.
So the next question that he asked you, do you remember the next question he asked you, David?
Now that I don't remember.
I remember.
Go ahead.
The next question he asked you was, what's your favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song? And that's the exact same sound that you made in Boston. So he then looked over at me and then looked at you again and said, excuse me, sir, what's your favorite Earth, Wind, and Fire song? And what did
I say? I don't even remember.
Because you didn't say anything. And he said, wait a minute. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Well, hold on, let me finish the story.
Go ahead.
He said, wait a minute. Earth, Wind, and Fire is your favorite group, but you can't think of the name of the song, your favorite song? Meanwhile, I'm trying to mouth the words, reasons. Say reasons. Yeah. But Jonathan Gates caught me, and he said, don't tell him the name. So it was, of all the things about that trip, I never forgot the fact that you...
And we actually listened to Reasons on the way up too. I remember that at some point.
But you did. But see, the thing was, Earth, Wind, and Fire wasn't your favorite. You just threw that answer out there. So, like, the moral of the story was, I was totally amused. JG got on you because that's his thing.
Sure.
But here you are 10 years later, and you're doing your thing, and Touch FM doesn't even exist anymore. I'm just kidding. Shout out to everybody at Touch FM. But I do have something else, a throwback.
Okay.
I'm big with throwbacks. So we go back. So,
first of all, can I just say this? I have to interject. Oh my gosh! So my mom has that one too, right?
Yes,
she still has that.
This is the 3D mug that I made for David for his promotion, his very first promotional tour. It looks like you're wearing the same damn glasses, brother. Well, I can't reach over here from here. You can't get up because then you'd be off the mic. Where you go? There you go. Yeah, don't drop it because it's the only one that I have, brother.
No. Listen.
Yeah. That's the 3D mug. Yeah. That you can keep it over there so that people can see, but you can't keep the damn mug.
No. This is all you. This is all you. I mean,
we had t-shirts made. We had mugs. We had something else. What was else? Mugs, t-shirts, and what else do we have made? Do you remember? Speaking to the microphone.
We had flyers. Made.
Flyers, of course.
We had definitely flyers made.
Yeah. So that was a very interesting time. Very, very proud of you for staying in the game, keeping your dream alive, brother.
Yeah.
Tell everybody what you're doing today. We know that you, back in the day, you told JG that Earth, Wind, and Fire was your favorite group, which you lied. What are you doing today?
I omitted. I'm not going to say I lied.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I won't confirm or deny that one.
Right.
But I do want to, now that I'm much older, 29 years old, and listen, Earth, Wind, and Fire is an amazing.
Oh
group.
yeah, absolutely.
They're an
Absolutely.
amazing
Yeah,
group.
Absolutely.
Um,
So yeah, what are you doing? What are you doing though today? What has
And since then, also, I also made sure I went and did my
I
my
bet.
history.
After that
Vinyls
interview,
and all, you know what
after
I'm
that
saying?
interview, so that was 10 years ago. What has changed in the past 10 years? What has transpired from your interview at Touch FM up in Boston, Massachusetts, to right this moment? What has changed in your career?
I think really the first is just my mentality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my mindset
Okay.
has really been, I think, growth
Right.
overall in terms of my life. You know, between my spiritual life,
Mm-hmm.
my family life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just being more in touch with the people, having a better understanding of financing
Mhm.
and finances.
What
you
has
know.
the business taught
so-
you?
Oh man,
Keep it
that
official.
it's treacherous.
Yes.
It's treacherous.
Yes.
It's cutthroat.
What are some of the things? We won't say any names.
No,
but
no,
What
no.
are some of the things I have though? I'd name drop one. This is the Keri's Corner radio show. This is
Oh,
not
man.
Hot 90. Well, they do it. I name drop, but I won't today.
It's all good.
But
It's all
but
good.
but for the sake of the discussion, what are some of the things that you've experienced since Boston 10 years ago?
The negative, or are we talking about
The lessons that you've learned about the business.
Oh man, well, number one, to own your own.
Yes.
That's like the most important thing is ownership.
Mhm.
Business ownership, entrepreneurship is the most important thing that you could possibly have in terms of going forward with your creativity, is to be able to own it and to be able to retain the masters to it. To
To your music.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not just in music, but
Mhm.
I've learned that in business in general. Like
Okay.
over the last several years, I've had a chance to be among very, very amazing, talented people.
Okay.
Some who've been mentors to me
Mhm.
in the industry as well as in other industries, and teaching me not just music but business.
And
That was huge.
what's some advice you would give to other rappers in particular, young rappers? Here we are, a couple of days before the event that's going to be happening at the David. What's the name of that damn club? I'm having brain air situations here. Down on the Lower East Side at the Delancey, there's going to be a lot of hip hop artists coming through. What's some advice that you would give to them, up and coming artists that are wanting to rap in the game?
Don't ever give up.
Okay.
I think that's the most important thing in this business is resilience.
Mhm.
And one of my mentors, he would say, hard work, dedication, consistency. But I think just never giving up. You may go through a dry spell. You might go through a patch where, you may not even just be feeling the music, and you might have to re-fall in love with it again.
Right.
But most important thing is, once you up, don't never come back down. So, and if life happens to bring you back down, don't forget your calling
Right.
and your reason for
Right.
why you're doing it. And I mean, I can't say that for every rapper. I can't say that for every singer. But
Mhm.
I think if you're a real true artist and you really like this is all you dream about,
Mhm.
this is the only thing you think about during the day,
Right.
and you're willing to give up 8 to 12 hours of your life every single day, no sleep around that, no eating, just focused in.
Focus. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Then you got to give it everything. You
Okay.
know what I mean? So, but I think not giving up is like the most important thing.
Let's talk about your music. So, what you have a new project out. Let's talk about that. Let everybody know what's going on with your music right now.
Yes. So the project is called Windependent.
Okay.
Windependent Season Volume 1. That's going to be coming out here close to the end of the year. I'm not
Okay.
going to put a date on it because
Yeah.
I really don't want to, do that.
Right.
I would rather just say, okay, this is the right time, but know that in fourth quarter here before Christmas comes, the album will be out. Again, like I said, it's called Windependent. I got to show off the sweatshirt, and let it be known that this is a volume of like an EP that I'm just, I have so much music that I want to put out,
Okay.
but I realize in order to remain consistent
Mm-hmm.
and to just keep vibes going, I just need to, kind of condense it for right now.
So, what are we talking about on the album? What are some of the topics that we can expect to hear about? What will you be talking about?
Oh man, just a lot of real talk.
Mhm.
Things that people can relate to.
Will you be talking about the fact that you was on Divorce? What show was that? You was on some TV. What was that? What was that?
So that was what you call shooting your shot.
Yeah,
in this
what was
industry,
that? Was it the divorce court or some kind of something? He was on television. I saw. Like, what the hell was that?
Yeah. So I went out to L.A. Right, this is a great story.
Yeah, quick one.
Went out to L.A.
4 minutes.
Did some PR work and some social media work for my uncle, who happens to be he's a senator.
Okay.
And so at the time, he had a woman that was like 70 years old doing tweets for him. And he
70?
Yeah. So I was like, yo, you gotta let me take over for you. I'll do this for you for your campaign. Long story short, he won the campaign, and then I went on to kind of chill in LA for like 30 days or something like that.
Okay.
So during that period of time, obviously, I'm looking for new material. I'm also an actor. I want to get my acting chops up. I'm like, man, I gotta get.
Why were you on divorce court?
Well, it's again shooting my shot. And I think in life, that's what it's all about. It's about shooting your shot. So I ended up went to Facebook.
Yeah, you have to get the edited version. Because,
right.
Yeah.
Facebook.
Mhm.
Saw an actual. They were. It was the headquarters. Yeah, I mean, it was an agency.
Mhm.
Agency telling me that you could basically come through and do a on the spot interview or audition
for
whatever they had available.
Okay.
And so I just went and I just did the audition, and they said, hey, look, we'll call you back. In fact, we'll send you an email.
Okay.
So I ended up getting the email. They ended up calling me as well.
Quickly,
and
the audition was for?
The audition was for...
To be on the show. What was the name of it?
It was called...
Divorce Court?
Justice. It was called Justice for All.
Right, and
with Christina Perez.
Okay, and what the hell was going on there? Quickly, because we got to get the edited version.
Oh man, well I signed a disclosure. I'm not really supposed to say nothing.
Okay,
but long
so you
story
can't
short,
say anything.
I played. Long story short, it's all good. I played the role of a guy that went to the club, man, and basically got screwed by the club financially by like $3,000. So we sued him, and then he won the court case in the $3,000.
So it wasn't real.
No.
Oh, wow. See, and then that's what I really want you to get at. The point is, some of these court, because I'm like, yo, what are you doing on a court show? Like, so here we have it. I'm saying it. He's not saying it.
What's
that
up?
those shows like Judge Judy are fraudulent. They're fake.
Whoa.
Not all of them.
So let's make
we
sure
have 2 minutes, so we can't say too
All
much.
right, so Judge Judy is real. She's the #1 paid
I said it.
on the
You did.
radio.
Okay, she's real.
Okay, she's #1 paid, but she's
Okay.
real too.
Okay, so that's those are the situations, because I've been in the situation where if you want to go to court.
So she's real.
Okay.
Judge Joe Brown is real.
Okay.
1
minute. We have 1 minute.
I'm sorry, Judge Mathis is real, and from what I know, Judge Joe Brown is supposed to be.
But the
not
show
real.
that you won
But
was not real.
No,
It was
she's
fraudulent.
It's entertainment, bro.
Well, yeah, okay.
It's entertainment. Relax.
And speaking of
Relax.
entertainment, this is the Keri's Korner radio show, man. Okay, so listen, speaking of entertainment,
Let's do this.
DC is the home of some great recording artists. This week's artist spotlight, he labeled it Throwback 1, David. I don't know. Just in Time is never on time. But we're going to celebrate the music of Washington, D.C. artists because you are from Washington, D.C. So, some of the most successful recording artists, Marvin Gaye, Chuck Brown, EU, and Stacey Lattisaw, have come right out of the District of Columbia, area code 202. And because you're here, we're going to salute their music here on the Keri's Korner radio show. So let's get into that right now here. Our artist spotlight is a salute to Washington, D.C. artists here on the Keri's Korner radio show.
Keri is so very.
get what you need sometimes, y'all. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose, busting loose. Give me the bridge now. I feel like busting loose now. Busting loose in the evening. Busting loose can't be pleasing.
Keri is so very.
Look at me, I have fallen so in love with you. Please don't leave, stay around. Let me tell you all the things I feel. Won't you please? Let me be your angel. Let me be the one for you. Let me be your angel. Let me be the one you believe You might think I am much too young to understand. Don't be fooled like a child.
And we're back on the Keri's Corner Radio Show. You just heard from Marvin Gaye, Chuck Brown's Bustin' Loose, EU with The Butt. I remember when I was a kid, I actually entered a debut contest and won. It was, I mean, I don't got no ass, but me and this girl was, you know, in order to do the butt, you had to be doing it with a girl. So we won. I never forgot that. Imagine a kid with no ass from Boston winning a butt contest. Oh, that was, yeah. Shout out to EU. And last but not least, she's not. Jesus. I'm going to hell in a handbasket for that one. Last but not least, Stacey Lattisaw, one of my favorite R&B artists, DC's finest with Let Me Be Your Angel. All right, it's the top of the hour, my favorite time of the show. It's time for the Keep It or Kick It segment. Time for y'all to vote and let me know whether you think the song sucks or not. Y'all know the rules. We're going to play a song by a brand new artist, and you're going to listen to it, and you're going to decide whether you want us to keep it or kick it. If you want us to keep it, you'll email us at thekkradioshow@gmail.com, and you will put in the subject line, keep it. If you want us to kick it and never play it again as long as we are on the air, you will do the same thing, thekkradioshow@gmail.com, and put kick it in big bold letters in the subject line. Also, if you would like to submit a clean, radio-friendly song without the N-word to the Keri's Corner Radio Show for the Keep It or Kick It segment, you may do so by submitting it to the THEKKRadioshow@gmail.com. Make sure it's clean, make sure it's 3 minutes or less in length, and make sure it is an MP3 file. MP4s, MPAs, SoundCloud links, etc. will be ignored. Without any further delay, let's get into this week's new Keep It or Kick It song. It is called The Light, courtesy of Mr. Johnny Vegas.
Keep it.
we're back on the Keri's Corner Radio Show with new music by Johnny Vegas. He calls that The Light. And if you want it to see the light of day on the Keri's Corner Radio Show, then you will vote to keep it on the kkradioShow@gmail.com. If you want to turn the lights off on that song, you'll vote to kick it on the Keri's Corner Radio Show @gmail.com. I'm back here with Dave
3D.
3D. Where did the name 3D come from? And if it has anything to do with, like if it's about sex, I don't want to hear about it.
Pause. No.
Yeah,
It
well,
has nothing
yeah.
to do with sex.
Just, hey,
Nah, I
gotta
had
check.
to-
You
I had
must
to-
not have listened to last week's show. There was a lot of things that were said, brother. But proceed.
Yeah, but
3D.
no, 3Ds is it really comes from my name.
Okay.
I have 3Ds in my real name.
Oh, okay. Wow.
David Hodges, 2 in the first and 1 in the last.
Okay.
So when you saying 3D, it's like saying my name. That's really what I hear. Like,
Okay.
you know what I mean? Plus, I had people in school that used to like nickname me Super Dave,
Okay.
3D.
Now, does that have anything to do with the glasses? I swear those look like the same. I'm sure they're not 10-year-old glasses.
Well, first of all, shout out to Super Retro Future.
Okay.
Or Super Future Retro. Either way, man, it goes. They're an Italian company that's super dope.
Those
and they
glasses
made
are nice.
Yeah, they made these. These are like some special edition shades, and
Wow.
the original ones that really kind of got popular was the similar silhouette, but they were actual black frame with black lens, or they would change the lens to like a gold or just a solid silver, and that was really the popular trend. So this is like the same frame or silhouette, but it's actually with red and blue. So
Yeah,
I thought it was so super dope.
I'm a shades guy myself, so I do like those. I like those. Okay, so 3D. Okay, so now you.
But now the shades is just for the fun.
This
That's just
shades.
that's just style.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
it's just for fun.
That's not, but it has nothing to do with 3D.
I mean, I feel like 3D embodies everything that I represent. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Determination, destiny, design.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot of different words that I could use, but at the end of the day, it really just, I think, embodies who I am as a person,
As a person.
because
Okay.
I do so much.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Okay, so now let's talk about music. Let's talk about hip hop music specifically.
Word.
A lot of people seem to get hip hop and rap confused. Like hip hop is not rap. You know, rap is an art form. Hip hop is a culture. A lot of times it gets twisted and people mix the terms up. You're here in New York City, where
The Mecca.
the Mecca, where
The
hip hop was
Mecca.
born. Yes.
Mecca, the Mecca, baby.
And,
the Mecca.
But things have changed. Hip hop has changed over the course of the last 40 some odd years that it has been in existence. You're a child of hip hop. You were,
80s baby.
80s baby. You're a child
89.
of hip hop.
89.
So, what are your? The mic just fell. See that? Wow.
The mic just
Not
fell.
yours, mine. It's the red one. So, let's talk about that. Like, I have famously said that, in my opinion, hip hop is dead. I believe that the essence of, not hip hop, rap. I believe the essence of rap music has died. I believe that the music that is put out promotes everything from snorting drugs to abusing women, and I just feel like it went from an art form that celebrated our culture to an art form that now degenerates our culture. That's my opinion. What's yours?
I mean, I understand the industry talk around the concept of hip hop being dead or rap, or
Right.
the difference between the two.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, records are getting played every day on the radio somewhere. I mean, like the fact that,
That doesn't mean they're good records.
I mean, that's neither here nor there.
Mhm.
That's all based on opinion.
Mm.
It's all based on opinion
Yeah,
and numbers,
that's true.
and then you can also factor into numbers and
Yeah,
that.
no.
But-
Let's never do numbers, David, because I
But
always
opinion. Let's just go. Let's
Yeah,
just say that it's
the-
based on opinion.
let's say this: the argument that a successful rapper is a good rapper, I don't buy that. Please, because I always use this very famous
Right.
music example. Milli Vanilli sold millions, and
Very
they didn't
true.
sing a damn record.
That's
So
true.
please don't tell me that artist X is popping because they sell records. Because there's a certain thing called promotions that determines whether Cardi B makes more records than Rod Digger. It doesn't mean that Cardi B is a better rapper than Rod Digger.
Well, shout out Rod and shout out Cardi.
Say that,
you know, shout out both of them. Shout out both of them. They're both super dope rappers. So.
Yeah, we can't say. Well,
to me, that's an opinion,
right,
but you know, I think
yeah.
they're both dope.
That's your opinion.
And I wish that they would do collaboration. There would be more female collaborations. I really wish that would happen. You know, even just
with Cardi and Ra.
Nah, just in general with women, like the women female rap culture. Like I really wish that there would be more records. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know, the thing about rap music is it's very competitive.
True.
And a lot of times the records are braggadocious, and so it would be rather difficult for, say, Nicki Minaj, I guess, and Cardi B. And I'd like for that to be the last time I say either of their names on my show today. But for them to do a record together would be weird because they're in competition with each other. However, what is your opinion of the texture of rap music today?
All right, well, I got to back up. You said, first off, hip-hop is dead. I don't think
I said rap music is dead.
Rap music is dead.
Yeah.
Hip-hop music is dead. I disagree.
Okay, and why do you disagree?
I disagree because I believe that there's a lane for everything.
Okay.
And I think that...
What about mumble rap?
I think it just is it's a new lane. It's
okay.
like, you know, it's like being a kid and going to school and seeing that crayon box with all the colors, and then coming to school the next year and they kind of added a color or two. Like, there's always going to be something added to music. There's always going to be something that's changed. And I compared the industry to a crayon box because we look at genres in terms of color, right? Or like almost not in that way, but we separate them and we say this is this, this is this, this is that. And all I'm saying to you is that there's so much more happening in the industry now with how people are making music, how music is being distributed, how it's being listened to and consumed. So because of that, I feel like there's just room there for everything.
What if some of those
and I do need to throw this out there too. You can fact check this. Billboard, 2018, they said that this is the quote unquote, and I believe that this is actually like on paper, but I believe this for a long time.
Okay.
That hip hop has actually become the #1 streamed or listened to,
that's
most influential.
That's true, but
genre.
It's been that for a while.
You know,
that doesn't mean it's good though.
No, absolutely. But at the same time, I feel like it's a great time for musicians.
Okay.
So I think as a musician, whatever your lane is, there's a crowd and there's an audience out there that wants to hear you and wants to vibe to that. And at the end of the day, you know, as long as we all, you know, doing what we can to make music and push the culture forward. Some of us are going to lack, some of us are going to do better than others, but at the end of the day, it's about effort. And like I said, going back to what we first talked about, never giving up.
Okay, three artists you'd love to work with, living or dead.
Oh man,
3. You don't have a lot of time to ponder. This is radio.
Well, first of all, he's got a birthday coming up. So
okay.
Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Shout out Snoop Dogg.
Happy birthday to Snoop Dogg. Definitely a person I feel is a lyricist.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to produce the record and then do something with
2
him.
more.
I think obviously Mike. I think anybody, but like I would love
Michael Jackson.
I would love to have work with Mike during a certain period of his life. You know what I'm saying? That to me.
What period?
The Off the Wall and Thriller days.
The earlier solo projects.
Yeah.
The Quincy Jones era. Okay, and one more artist. Third.
Shout out to Quincy Jones. He's amazing. 70 years of music.
Third artist.
70.
Third.
Right. Okay, third artist, I got to say Bob Marley.
Okay. Interesting.
I would love to smoke some good weed with Bob Marley and like write an amazing record with him and tour for 5 years just with nobody but Bob Marley and just learn everything I can from him.
I have to salute the fact that you picked a rapper, a singer, and a reggae artist, and all 3 of whom I tip my hats to. That says a lot about your depth when it comes to music. I respect that. And speaking of your music, I think this is a perfect juncture for us to listen to some of your stuff.
Oh man.
Okay,
that's
yeah.
what's
So Just in Time has put together a mix of things that you've done over the past couple of years. I don't know what it is because half the time I don't listen to the stuff that's sent to me. You don't know what it is. It's going to be a big surprise for all of us. It might be some bloopers in there. I don't know. It better be clean. It better be clean.
I don't think it'll be any bloopers because I never created anything that like I regret. But I think as I've grown as a musician and I've put my music in front of my audience to say, hey, what do you think about this or what's, because I've never really tried to go with like, trends. I just try to be hip hop, and I try
Okay.
to be authentic and tell my story. So no matter whether I'm singing or I'm rapping, which goes back to the 3D, that whole tie-in.
Well, we got to get into it. I ain't gonna let you give it much more of a pillow, brother.
It's all good.
We ready?
Let's
we
do
ready
it.
over there?
Turn it up.
Let's get this 3D mix going here on the
Let's
Keri's
go.
Corner Radio Show. Your new home for throwbacks and new jacks.
All I know is, do you keep your eyes on your paper? Do you keep your eyes on your paper? I said, all I wanna know is, do you keep your eyes on your paper? Do you keep your eyes on your paper? I said, I've been getting paid since the 5th grade, selling 50-cent candies and dollar lemonades. Even back in the days, at an early age, my parents told me never, ever, ever be a slave. And
But I tell you because I love the craft. I love the craft. I love rap and all that.
and I had a little
They don't see the vision, but we ain't really tripping. We ain't really tripping. We focus on the business. We focus on the mission. We focus on the millions. We focus on the billions.
Keri
We
is
focus
so
on the
very.
billions. We ain't rich yet, but we still wealthy. We still wealthy. We still wealthy. We ain't rich yet, but we still wealthy. We still wealthy. But we still wealthy. Take $20, turn it $40. Take that $40 and flip that. That's $80. Add another 20, that's a whole hundred. Whole hundred, flip that 10 more times. And now you got you a whole stack. Take that stack, flip that, that's 2 stacks. Take those stacks, flip those, that's 4 stacks. Take those stacks, flip those, that's 8 stacks. 2 more stacks. Now you looking at 10 racks. Take them 10 racks. Flip them 10 racks 10 times. Now you looking at 100 racks. Now you gotta flip it 10 more times. 10 more times. Now you looking at a whole ticket. That's $1 million. And it's so different. They don't see the vision, but we ain't really tripping. We ain't really tripping. We focus on the business. We focus on the mission. We focus on the millions. We focus on the billions. We focus on the billions. We ain't rich yet, but we still wealthy. We still wealthy. We still wealthy. We ain't rich yet, but we still wealthy. We still wealthy. We still wealthy. Stay focused on the business. I'm focused on the digits. I'm focused on the business. I'm focused on it. Stay focused on the business. And Lord is my witness. We about to kill this. Real feel this.
Keri is so
Yo,
very.
this for Hustler's Zone. Hustler's Zone. Let's toast to success. Let's toast with a dream. Let's smoke with the best. Let's toast with the team. Let's toast to success. Let's toast with the dream. Let's smoke with the best. Let's toast with the team. Ooh, I done came a long way from that 3-speed. Toasting in my custom fitted 3-piece. Mama worked her whole life to feed me, so now I work my whole life to make her easy. And these days, man, she turning on the TV, and she starts to smile. Why? Cause she sees me. The back of her mind, she can't believe her son 3D and made it out of DC. But call me if you need me. FaceTime me if need be. We on the road making history, and I know that my location is a mystery. And I know that you be missing me, but you know this life was meant for me, and you know this life was meant to be. So keep praying for me, I'll be home eventually. Shout out my riders who are out getting dollars, with them big things with the wood grain polish, wet paint dripping with the real straight shining. Gotta put on your shades, your future is blinding now. Let's toast to success. Let's toast with a dream. Let's smoke with the best. Let's toast with the team. Ooh. And my lady say, 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 shout out to my hustlers, driving them gas guzzlers, serving customers. I'm out of judge, just keep focused on your paper and get your numbers up. This is for the bad bitches in the strip club. I know, yes, that ain't a place to get love, but if you get buzzed, throw my record on, throw a couple ones and watch them all put the chips up. This is for all of my corporate cats who working 9 to 5 to make a stack. You got the 401ks to double that. Get you a business so you can secure the bag. Shout out to my entrepreneurs. I pray that we all become currency connoisseurs. And everybody from the bottom and the sewer. You the reason why I do it. Shout out my riders who are out getting dollars, with them big things with the wood grain polish, wet paint dripping with the rim straight shining. Gotta put on your shades, the future is blinding now. Let's toast to success. Let's toast with a dream. Let's toast with the best. Let's toast with the team. Let's toast for success. Let's toast with a dream. Smoke with the best. Let's toast with the
Keri is
team.
so very.
Ooh. And my lady say, ooh. And my lady say, ooh. And my lady say, ooh. Success. Nothing less. Stress. Success.
And we're back on the Keri's Corner Radio Show. We call that the DAV3D just-in-time mix. A little throwback to all of Mr. 3D's prior efforts in the game. I see by the look on your face you was grooving, you was liking that. We started everything off with an acapella of All I Want to Know.
Yeah.
When you had the honor of spitting in front of the legendary DMX.
Yeah.
So we started it off with that. What was that like for you to be able to share your gift with a brother who has definitely made a name for himself in the rap game and in hip hop culture?
Well, you know, first things first. Shout out to DMX. He's an amazing person.
Agreed.
I mean, his energy, like how in your face and real he can be, like that's how he is in real life. And,
Right.
it was just amazing to be backstage. He had just finished a show at the Atlantic City, like 7,000 people, man, on the beach, just all piled in to just see him perform.
Yep.
And he closed the show out, and somehow or another, me and my boys, we ended up backstage and in the trailer and just really chopping it up and talking to him. And that clip that you played, you know, is something that, as a student of the game, I feel very proud of. But at the same time, like it just made me realize how much work that I really needed to put in, because I was so, first of all, I was so high and I was so drunk.
Well, then you and him should have got along fine.
I mean, we were vibing. We were
I'm
definitely
sure.
vibing. You go on YouTube and type in DAV3D and DMX. I mean, yeah, we were vibing. And he prayed. You know, we talked about a lot of different things and his struggles and what he went through. But, you know, I was so inebriated. I was so under, you know what I'm saying, and taking just by being that energy in my ears being blown out and just, you know what I'm saying? So when I got in front of him, you know, I was like, yo, I can't even take a picture with you, yo. Like, I really want to spit for you.
Wow.
So you just heard really like 8 bars of probably me at my highest, on
Literally.
the beach and drunk as
Literally,
but I
yeah.
was like, man, you know what? I got to do this. It's not even about being signed. It's just about somebody that's influenced me and letting
Right.
you know, like, look, I'm gonna carry this thing and just watch me grow.
Right.
That's all.
And shout out to DJ Just in Time because he pulled together a variety of things that you've done.
Yeah, shout out DJ Just in Time.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He was literally on time with that one.
Yeah,
man.
usually he's not, but I'm glad that you. I'm glad that you saluted that piece of work.
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. So let's talk about what's next for 3D, musically speaking.
I can summarize that for you. Endless amounts of music coming.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just so inspired that I can't even tell you. Like, I've got so many great records that I want you guys to hear. You guys kind of heard a few from that little mix that was put together by DJ Just in Time.
Mhm.
But man, there's so much more that's coming. So I definitely look forward to doing this over and over and over and over. And no matter how big the recognition, because I really think that's really all it is if you make good music, eventually you become recognized, and
Right.
then it's just a numbers game of how many people actually recognize your work.
Yeah.
And so they call that celebrity, they call that fame.
Right.
But along with this whole process in this game, I'm focused. So I want to come back here and I want to do this, again and again.
Let me ask you a question. As an artist, right? What is it that drives you? Hear me out here. See, because as many artists that I've met over the years, and then I've managed several over the years, there are various driving forces.
Yeah.
You have some that want to do it for money. You have some that want to do it for fame. You have some that want to do it because they want to get women or men, whatever it is that they're looking for. You have some that want to do it because they actually genuinely love music.
Right.
And then there are a variety of other reasons that go along with that. What is your driving force?
I think the hustle, the art, the whole concept of going against the grain and creating something that is yours.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously that's like the starting point,
Right.
because if it doesn't matter whether you're making music or you're painting something or drawing something
Right.
or designing a building, it doesn't really matter. It's all about the idea of creating.
Mhm.
And I think it's that sense of intellectual property that gets me going and excited every day. So I find inspiration in a lot of different things, simple conversations, views, good weed.
And there's that again.
I just got to put all of these things out there because I'm a very, very big advocate of it, and you'll hear it a lot in my music.
Okay.
And shout out to every legend that's come along before me that, was a big advocate of it. But I think even nowadays, I think for us as artists, man, at the very core, it's just the ability to create and not be told what to do or just literally being able to create. So that's what drives me every day, is being able to create.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you about All I Want to Know, the video.
Yes.
Okay, was that your first major production?
That was.
Let's
that
talk
was.
about that. Like, what was that like for you to shoot and it was excellently done, well produced. I loved it.
Thank you.
I found it to be very enjoyable, which I don't usually find a lot of today's music videos being enjoyable. But it had a lot of different visuals, and talk to me about that, because I know that you told me that there were meanings behind the visuals. Some of the video was taken in DC, some of it was taken even in Chester, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, first thing, let me just say that this was an entire process.
Mm-hmm.
I like to level the playing field and just be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's really not about tooting my own horn. It's not about patting myself on the back. This is what I wanted. This is what I've dreamed about. So I can't cry about it and I can't rejoice too much about it either. It's just more like, this is my life.
Right.
So
it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Right.
So I wrote a treatment for the video.
Oh wow, you wrote your own treatment.
Yeah, I wrote my own
Nice.
treatment
Okay.
for the video, and it was something that I just, I started with just color blocks, and I knew that I wanted like the prime colors of yellow and red and blue in the video, some way, somehow.
Mhm.
I knew that I wanted like the black and white there. I knew that I wanted, the old school, like, Adidas jacket and
Right.
sweat, suit. and then just like a cool ass whip.
Okay.
You know, excuse me for
You can
that
say
one.
ass.
All right.
Last week, believe me, with Lex Lotus on the
Yeah,
show,
all right.
all we talked about was ass.
All right, cool. I'm just making sure we can say
Yeah,
that,
there was
man.
a lot of ass.
But yeah, I
on
just
the
wanted
show.
a cool ass whip, and really I wanted to kind of like tell this like kind of vision or vibe of fantasy,
Mhm.
and then be brought back to life with like being a regular guy and having a job, because I know what that's like. Now, I will say this: I recently started and launched my own record label.
Who's going to talk about that next?
Yeah. It's called Wealthy Records and
Right.
Publishing. And then we incorporated 2 years, and being the
Nice.
CEO of your own company,
Congratulations.
thank you, and starting your own imprint is very, very difficult.
So
But
you're an entrepreneur. You two Davids, like David Glover, have
Yeah.
that in common.
yeah, but what I was
Yeah.
going to say is that, you know, I really, really wanted to start with this whole production at a place and a level where I'm paying homage.
Right.
Like that was the most important thing to me. It
Right.
was like, yo, I don't even care about like if it's like the hottest thing for radio. Like if we're
Right.
gonna shoot a video and we're gonna do a treatment and it's gonna represent something for long term and legacy, I wanted to be paying homage, because when I go left field and I take people musically somewhere that they've never maybe been before, they'll be able to go back to the original, and they'll be able to know like,
Okay,
okay,
so what
that's-
does it
that's
pay
still
homage
there.
to? And explain that to us.
Well, number one, the Mecca. If you look at the video, the Mecca of hip hop, which is New York, it has
Mhm.
that original New York sound. And
Right.
no, I'm not ripping the New York sound at all. It's just more of me tipping my hat and saluting
Yeah,
it
yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm a DC
Yeah,
artist.
exactly.
80s, late 80s baby, definitely 90s baby. Listening to all the 90s music, so my
Right.
influence is there, and I wanted to make sure that the
Yes.
first record on my imprint was like paying homage to
To-
every single person. If you listen very
Exactly.
close, like I try to throw out as many, like subliminally, as many names. I try to name drop as many people as I can, because
Right.
I'm like, yo, these are people that actually like inspired me.
Yeah, they made they paved
Yeah.
the way. So now, after the video was completed, after all of the work was done,
Yeah.
and you were able to watch the finished product. What was that like for you? Because I know that from experience, when you're filming something and you're doing the edits and the re-edits and the this and the that.
You really want to know?
I really want to know. Don't say the N word on my show. I'm just throwing that out there.
I wanted it to be over.
Yeah.
I wanted
I
it
can
to be
understand that.
over
Yeah, yeah.
so bad.
How long did it take to shoot the video?
Man, I mean, probably a process of several months, because
Oh, wow.
every time that I tried to shoot the video,
Mhm.
something happened.
Something, yeah.
So we either had the location, and then it was going to rain.
Yeah.
Then like too many months went past, and then like the fall and the winter started rolling in, so it was like too cold.
So where
And then-
where were the location scenes at?
So we've got shots of DC.
Okay,
which
of
you'll
course,
see there.
yeah.
That's home.
Mm-hmm.
I technically couldn't get my film guy to New York
Mm-hmm.
for the shot that I had riding around with the two beautiful models that I had. Shout out to Tasha Mack and my homegirl Mia Milan.
Okay.
We went to high school together, so I just asked her to be a part of it, because I seen the beauty in both of them, and
Okay.
they both hustling as models. So I
Okay.
definitely admire that and wanted to work with them. But when we put the whole thing together, ultimately I just wanted it to be over.
Yeah.
I wanted the whole video process to be over, because it took so long for us to bring
wait,
everyone
wait,
together. And then here's the other thing. Can I
Mhm.
just say this?
Mhm.
When you and this is something, because you asked something like back in early in the segment, you said to other rappers or other artists,
Mhm.
listen. I think that with this process, it really is one where you have to understand that when you're first starting, people are going to doubt.
Of course.
They're
That's
gonna
with- that's
doubt.
with
It's just
anything,
it just is what it is.
Mhm.
But as long as you stick your neck out there, you put your chest out there, you say, "Nah, man, I've been prepping for this. I'm ready for this moment." Like it's nothing stopping me. No brick wall, no man, no force of nature. Nothing is gonna stop me from getting from point A to point B. I think that's a mentality that you take on, and then it just grows. So this was something I had to do. You feel what I'm
nice.
saying? I had to do
Congratulations
this.
on that.
So
Congratulations.
now that it's done, I'm like, okay, cool. We got the format. We know exactly what we're going to do with this. And now we're just going to take it to the next level, and every single time up the quality. You know what I'm saying? Start merging sound of what's popular, what's hot. It wasn't about radio when I made the record. It was about paying homage.
So what advice would you give to those rappers that should all aspiring rappers, I don't like the term up and coming. Should all aspiring rappers, we're speaking specifically about rappers, not other genres, should other rappers think about incorporating themselves and building their own businesses and building their own brand as opposed to just trying to get signed?
I think on one side of things, I'm gonna just say to all the rappers out there, keep doing what you're doing because it doesn't interfere with what I'm doing.
Yeah, but we're talking to the other people.
No, but
yeah.
I'm saying it almost because it's like on one side I've got a part of me that's like nah, don't give them no advice, don't give them no advice. You know what I'm saying?
Advice,
and
yes.
then at the very same time it's like nah, like really real talk. Because that's not how I think at all. But that's like the little voice in the back of your head, right? You're just like shut up, be quiet, sit down somewhere. Nah. All artists, rappers, singers,
rappers.
Let's focus on rappers.
Yeah, we'll
okay?
focus on rappers.
Rappers, I believe they need to own their own.
Okay.
And I think we live in a
what?
Their own imprint, their own business business imprint.
Okay.
In any form or fashion, whether it's going to be an LLC, whether it's going to be a fully incorporation, and you have to do your own research as a business owner because it's not about rap. This is about business ownership too. There's a flip side to that.
As opposed to those who are constantly thinking about getting signed. That's what I'm trying to...
I mean, I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with getting signed. At the moment, I'm a free agent. But at the same time, I own my own label, and I've signed myself to my own label. So when it comes down to it, when I do business with other companies, they have to do business with my company.
Right, got you.
And the artist is just a work for hire signed to the label to and it's what I'm saying, and it would be the same way across the board if I found somebody else that said, yo, I really love your label, I want to be a part of this, or if I found somebody who was like, yo, they're dope, I want to sign them to my label, I would still help them create their own imprint.
Okay, gotcha.
So that and then what I would just become is almost like a massive promoter of brands.
Got you. Okay.
Under an umbrella, you know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
It would be and their brand would be just as important as mine, and I would be wearing it. You know what I'm saying? On the chest. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, let's go. It's their time,
So you're really, you would advocate that each artist, and again, today's show
if they want,
should own their own everything.
Absolutely.
As much as possible.
Absolutely.
Okay. We got 3 minutes left to talk, and I would like to spend those 3 minutes left talking about where your music is going from here.
Okay.
So what's next for 3D, musically speaking?
Okay, well, the next...
Or do you plan on acting and singing and jumping around? I don't know.
Oh, man. So what we're going to do is right now we focused on the music. There's nothing more important right now than putting out these records that I've had, for so long. I've had some ups and downs, some losses. But long story short, we here now, we focused, we locked in.
Yep.
So you will essentially be seeing new music from me all the time now. I'll be blowing your phone up like, yo, Keri, we got a new joint. We got to push this out. Da-da-da-da-da. And again, it's like I said, I'm building something here. So, when you talk legacy, again, to me, I'm not here chasing hits. I'm about creating, and I'm about putting that out there. And if I touch, a certain type of person or only one person or a couple million people, it don't matter. It's just a point to be able to create and continue to do what I do. But for Wealthy Records and for DAV3D, y'all can both check those websites out at DAV3D.com. Wealthy Records, that's WHEALTHY Records at I'm sorry, I was about to put my email in there. But wealthyrecords.com if you want to get merch, the Wealthy hoodies, Windependent hoodies. And speaking of which, I actually came through, and I always say when you visit another king, you come bearing gifts. You know what I'm saying?
Well, bring me a queen.
Oh, well, listen, we'll work on that,
Shut up,
man.
David.
We on the road, man. We can make that one happen.
Yeah, but she needs to be from Philadelphia, though. I like
Philly?
Philadelphia.
From Philly?
Because speaking of asses, yes. If we're going to talk about asses, yeah, this is cheesesteak asses, yes.
Hey, I feel you.
Yeah, pretzel butts.
I feel you.
Bonus
I ain't gonna lie though, you might need to come to DC too and check the DMV.
Yeah, been
scene,
there, done that. I'm good. No shade, all shade.
That was all shade.
It was. Hey,
but this is for you.
Keep
man.
the Potomac Punani over there.
Listen, this is completely for you. You said you.
Thank you very much, brother.
You wear a double XL.
You didn't have to. Did he just say that on the air?
Yeah,
You're
man.
fired.
Yeah, man.
You're fired, brother.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much. Let me show everybody the hoodie that's the size. We don't need to say what size.
But listen, while we still got this moment, I want to share with everybody.
Moments. So
we
give up
rapping?
your social media. We got to wrap up.
All right, bet.
Go
So
ahead.
everybody follow me at IAM DAV3D. That's on every social media platform. I am Dave3D. And
Any last minute shout outs? Because we're pressed.
shout out DMV, shout out New York, shout out Miami, shout out LA, and shout out the UK. And everybody that helped me with my journey thus far, or has been watching or been involved in any way possible, even if you've been hating on me the entire time, I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, you don't have haters, you have no career. Without that being the end of the conversation, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you for co-hosting.
Yeah,
thank you
man.
for your charisma, your knowledge, letting people know that they really need to focus on their craft, yes,
Yeah, boss
but
up.
their business second, if not on the same
First,
page.
put the
Yes,
business first, baby. Boss up.
Yeah.
Because listen, you can make crappy music and still sell it.
Clearly.
You know what I mean? So
Clearly,
boss
Cardi.
up.
And on that note, we're getting to our throwback joints. I think we're going to keep it hip hop for the rest of the show. And I'll see y'all next week on Keri's Corner, your new home for throwbacks and new jacks.
Keri is so very.
Stick 'em up as we proceed. Put your hands in the air. It's time.
When the fire belongs. Come on. When the fire belongs. When the fire belongs. Come on. Bad boy.
Come on. I'm the definition of. Y'all already know I stack heavy dough, sell out every show. It'll never die. We live. And we gon' stay big time till it's time to see big. Get a grip, bad boy, never slip. We running strips while y'all running lips. Haters wanna stop my loot. They don't want me wearing Sean John, they want me wearing lawsuits. PD increase the heat in your streets. Keep your tapes on rewind, CDs on repeat. My mental more older, jewelry more colder. Got it locked like it's 97 all over. You know what I came to do, change the rules. Even when I stand still, I'm making moves. I paid my dues as soon as I stepped in. P. Diddy, aka News at 11. Put your hands up in the air now. We're gonna hit you with the heat for the streets. Throw your hands up in the air now. We won't stop this bad boy for life. Throw your hands up in the air now. We're gonna hit you with the heat for the streets. Throw your hands up in the air now. We won't stop this.
Got me waiting, and it's a pity. You got me thinking, I want your love. I'm trying to show you, I really, really wanna know you. You got me thinking, I want your love.
I got a funny feeling, honey, that you're kinda digging me. But every time you see me, word is born, you be ignoring me. I know your name, yes I do, because your girls told me. I know where you live, you wanna bet, because your girl showed me. But I parlay and stay out of your way, figuring I won't be ignorant and catch you the next day. When I'm in focus, I notice you only move with a chosen few. Irreplaceable, what's up with insatiable you? I never figured you for the quiet type. On the down, the low profile type. I always thought you was a rah-rah mama, stirring up crazy confusion, causing drama. What's the matter, huh? Cat got your tongue, or some Mac got you strung, or maybe I ain't the one. I wanna know, cause if I don't, it's gonna haunt me. Your word up, you got me thinking you want me.
Got me waiting, and it's a pity. You got me thinking, I want your love. I'm trying to show you, I really, really wanna know you. You got me thinking.
The E gets wicked. No need for the biscuit. The green light funk the fight, but they're coming wicked. I set the party off just like Tangeray, the funk lord. Nobody else can swing this way. I put the low to the motion, drop the funk coast to coast, and I buck like shot because I know I got you open. Check the soup, I dog the mic like Snoop. I get swift like H-Town when I knock the boot. That's right. I'm dynamite with this mic. I show like Dougie and I rock the mic. Love, yeah. After these, I bring in the new identity to your city on the Zap side with the vibe. I'm stone cold like Bobby and Ralph T. Yeah. I come with the game of death without Bruce Lee. Theoretically speaking, for those MCs who be tweaking, catch me at the beacon this weekend. Can't see. Cause my style's the bomb, it's the bomb, it's the hang it, niggas can't see. Cause my style's the bomb, it's the bomb, it's the bomb.
Something new. Stop, drop, shut 'em down, open up shop.
wonder why. Bitches wanna die. All I know is pain. All I feel is rain. How can I maintain the gladness on my brain? I resort to violence. My killers move in silence like you don't know what I silence. So your killers are wildin'. My dogs is with it. You want it? Come and get it. Took it, then we split it. Damn right we did it. What the F you gon' do when we run up on you? Messing with the wrong crew. Don't know what we going through. I'ma have to show how easily we blow. Let me find out there's some more that's running with Joe. Nothing we can't handle. Break it up and dismantle. Light it up like a candle. Just cause I can't stand you. Put my on tapes like you busting grapes. Think you holding weight and you haven't met the apes. Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Open up shop. Oh. No. That's how rough riders go. Stop. Drop. Shut them down. Open up shop. That's how rough riders go.
Excuse me as I kiss the sky. Fingers on the sixpence, the pocket full of rye. Who the wanna die for they culture? Off the dead body like a vulture. The galleon, blacker than your blackest stallion. Hit your housing. Projects I represent your shallin'. My ear. Hell yes, apocalypse now. The gunpowder be going down. Diggy, diggy down, diggy down.
While the planets and the stars and the moons collapse. When I raise my trigger finger, all y'all hit the deck. Cause ain't no need for that. Hustlers and hardcore. Roar to the floor, roar like reservoir doors. The green-eyed bandit can't stand it. With more fruitier loops than that you can't stand it. Plus, the paparazzi got me wild.
With us.
It's a straight suicide.
987-654 3-2 murder, one lyric at your door. Take out, bring it to that roar. Breaking all the rules like glass jaws. You got to get mine to get yours. We don't need no rap tour. I'd rather kick the facts and catch you with the rap chore. More than you bargained for. The cows I stays open like an all-night store. We're rare like you should ill, like a piece of blue steel. Pointed at your temple with the intent to kill. And in your existence, MET, ain't no use for resistance. HOD.
I beat the ultimate rush to any on dust. The Egyptian must used to have me pour mass nuts. I shift like a clutch with the ruck. Examine my I don't stop till I get enough. Yo, broke down like your flare. Just the dark side tears you into Hollywood squares. 6 million ways to die, so I chose. Made it 6 million in one with your eyes closed. And blindfold cold so you can feel the rap. And shatter the glass in second half of your. And yo, my man, hit me now. Just to play me now, they can't forget me now. They get me now, I rock the spot check clock. Empty offer, licking off in hip hop. Billboard, I'm a bullet on my block. How you dope when you pay for your billboard spot?
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane.
It's the funk doctor spot, smoking on the train.
How high?
So high that I can kiss the sky.
How sick?
So sick that you can suck my Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane.
Breaking down Johnny Blaze, ain't a damn thing changed.
How high?
So high that I can kiss the sky.
How sick?
So sick that you can suck my nigga.
Moving on now to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on now
Keri is so
to the
very.
east side. We finally got a piece of the pie.
Watch these grown men get it in, know for sure. You'll get your back up off the wall and get your feet on the floor. You see the boy at the bar with a glass so tall. When I'm done, baby doll, I'ma show you Baltimore. Right now we gon' party, but Cardi, give me some more. It's off the rack, the club pack, I'm pooped up like 2 doors. Of course I do my 2-step, don't give 'em too much. I'm busted up bad, I drop ashes in my cup. I had enough, they throwing bowls, see 'em swinging and shake. I got my arm around this smut game, but it work. Before we work, I got the book something, so baby stop frontin'. I got the drink and the smoke, ain't got to buy enough, I'm not bluffing. It's going down, understand me. I like my birds nasty, I burst in and catch me. Everything, and you know what I came for. Right now it's going down, let me on the dance floor. Oh now, that's what the old man said. I party like it's my birthday, drinking and still Thursday. Oh now, shorty give me what you got. The spot kinda loud, getting high like oh now, that's what the old man said. I party like it's my birthday, drinking and still Thursday. Oh now, shorty give me what you got. The spot kinda loud.
Y'all mythological too. With the musical, mystical, magical, you know how I do. But word attack skills and vocabulary too. Comprehension of this, it's all brand new. You're through. I'm interplanetary and like Doctor Who. So who? Wanna get chipped on, word is bone. I'm kicking rounds to the AM vote just wrong. Now Quincy, but I'm back on the block and not selling crack. I'm coming with the fat funk flows and tracks. So what you saying, black? With all that yakety yak. My order facts can't be beat with bats. I'm saying I eat everything up on the menu and bend you and send you swaying to be continued. The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. I get it, yeah. The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. I get it, yeah. The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. I get it, yeah. The most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that.
Tell me what you want from me. Take a look at what you see. Let me know if this right here is something you can have for years. Tell me what you want from me. Take a look at what you see. Let me know if this right here is something you can have for years.
Now Mace be the man, wanna see you doing good. I don't wanna get rich, leave you in the hood. Girl, in my eyes, you the baddest. The reason why I love you, you don't like me cause my status. I don't wanna see you with a carriage, living average. I wanna do my thing so we be established. And I don't want you rocking the fabric. Girl, I wanna get you
To all the killers and the $100 billers. For real, ain't got no feelings. Check it out now. I got you stuck off the realness. We be the infamous, you heard of us. Official Queensbridge murderers. Tomorrow comes equipped with warfare. Beware of my crime family who got enough shots to share for all those who wanna profile and pose. Rock you in your face, stab your brain with your nose bone. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for theyself in his land, we be gunning. And keep them shook crews running like they supposed to. They come around, but they never come close to. I can see it inside your face, you're in the wrong place. Cowards like you just get their whole body laced up with bullet holes and such. Speak the wrong words, man, and you will get touched. You can put your whole army against my team